Listen up, cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
The Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution, and
morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
so sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine.
Away.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that y'all have changed mottos a few times, changed slogans and stuff.
Yeah, we got that Army of One thing I wasn't too thrilled with because, nobody's an individual, but, apparently it is in recruiting efforts.
Yeah.
But, I hear that the you guys with the, looking for a few good men, that the Navy's adopted that one too.
Totally different reasons.
Welcome back, Cluckheads.
We told you last week to let us know when you were turning on the mics.
Yeah. So, welcome back, Cluckheads. You know who we are. You know what we do.
Episode 30.
Episode 30.
Yeah, I know, man.
So, it's cool. So, let's talk about some Constitution, some common sense, and some
current events and some
morals. You guys in here? Yeah, those morals that you heard chime in on that one. She gets the... we gotta get a red light or something,
yeah.
So, no, I know what. Never mind. Sorry.
No,
we had the red light, but I kept singing Roxanne every time I turned it on. So, Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. So, I think we should bring it back. I'll promise to try to do better.
Yeah. No,
you're
not going to do better. All right, so we're as y'all listened to last week, we are definitely back on the high ends and low ends, except that was just awful last week. There was no real high end.
Yeah, my bad. That
was the high end was $2 more, and it was awful.
I'm sorry, Ryan Bingham. You got a butt whipping coming. That ranch water was horrible.
There's no cowboy that is going to drink.
Yeah,
but this week we're going to do a high end, low end, and the first one that we have up here is a Clan McGregor blended Scotch whiskey.
It's not Scotch.
It's
not Scottish. It's crop.
So now, this is the low end.
Yeah, that's a big bottle for low.
It is.
Are you sure? Because it's glass.
It's glass, so it is not SeaWorld friendly.
I'm not sure we've seen a lot of the low ends.
You could not take this.
No, it's not. You can't take that with the family to SeaWorld.
No.
So.
And
it's a huge bottle, though.
It is a huge bottle. Now, I want you to before we say what the other one is, look how much more is in that.
Yeah, I mean that's like a little over a liter versus
this is a little over a liter.
Milliliters we got going here. So
$12.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be fine whiskey that we're about to do, and that's whiskey with no E in it. So
that is correct.
That is the proper way.
But now a little bit of history with the Clan McGregor. It's got this lion crest on it that was the chief's clan seal of Sir Malcolm McGregor of the Clan McGregor. So it does have a little bit of a history thing.
The cloud.
It's
there can be only one.
There can be only one. This is a blend of 15 different Scotch whiskeys.
Wow, that's a lot.
And because it's a blend, they don't have an age on it or anything like that. But yeah, that's what she said. We just got moral checked.
Moral checked. Already.
We already got a yellow card.
We got to the first topic yet.
We didn't even get a red. We didn't get a red card.
Yeah,
we only got a
yellow
card.
It's not like soccer's a real sport, anyways.
Okay, so here we go. Oh, do we think it's going to have one of the spill proofs?
I'm going to say no.
I don't think this
was
will.
a little too high end for that little spill proof cap.
That was
nice
weird.
twist top.
Yeah.
A very nice twist top.
All right, so
twist tops are
now on these we're going to do the pour first.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And now we are going to put ice in these, but we're going to put them in there after we do the sniff. So here's the first one.
That's a fancy glass you got there.
That is. Well, this is a an acid etched glass with a guitar on it, like the one that
that's a custom one. I think I know where that came from.
Yeah, it came from giftedchicken.com. So let me see here. And I can already smell this. Can y'all?
No, I mean, allergies kind of got my...
You got the Rona?
Yeah, got the Rona right now. Well, we'll find out if I can taste it.
All right. So
snifferoo here.
Here, y'all.
The highball glass.
Remember, we're going to do the Uncle Joe Biden sniff test here.
It doesn't smell great, man.
That's. I'll let you.
That doesn't. It's not.
I'll let y'all get your own ice cube, but.
No, that's not an awesome smell.
That is not an awesome smell.
That is not good.
That smells like straight turpentine.
Yeah, that's not good. It smells like Home Depot. Sorry, man. It's just. Well, sorry, Clan.
And not top shelf Home Depot either.
The ice just. No, it's not helping.
That is not helping. All right.
But we're not tasting it yet. So
we're not tasting yet.
I'm not.
You're not going to break your own rules.
I'm not breaking the rule. I'm not breaking the rule.
What you got over there?
So over here is the high-end one. It is made by Johnnie Walker. Now, anybody who drinks Scotch knows Johnnie Walker.
Now, this is the red label.
The red label, correct. What makes the red label a little bit different is, I mean, even though this is a higher end, this is on the lower end of the Johnnie Walkers, meaning they don't disclose the age of the blended whiskey. Again, it's a blended whiskey. They're just not going to tell you what the age is, which means it's probably under 12 years.
And this one was about 27, so
yeah,
it's double.
It is a smaller bottle, so
double the price.
And Johnnie Walker,
bottle.
they're straight up with their bottles. It's you can never
but it's a classy bottle.
It's a very classy bottle. The only difference really in all their bottles is that color of the label. And one will say red label, one will say black label, one will say gold label. And
I started to get us the blue label.
These elusive blue label.
Started to get us a blue label, but it was like $300. So
yeah, that one can range up to $450 on that bad boy. And I think they said it's something like 25-year-old. They don't. Well,
it's a rumor. That's a rumor.
Yeah, they don't disclose the age, but the rumor is it's more than 25 years.
Yeah,
that's why it's so expensive and so sought after.
All right.
So let's open this one up.
Oh, hey, look at these glasses.
Oh, these
what are on these glasses? Oh my gosh!
Semper Fi Marine. You got some Marine Corps.
Got some Marine Corps glasses going on here. You know where I got these?
Giftchicken.com.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
They do a great job on these custom glasses. Okay, so
it really gets around.
Yeah, it really gets around. Moral's just kind of did some fact checking for us.
A lot of grains mixtures.
Lots of grains. Okay.
Yeah, that's a very different color.
Very different color. Biden sniff test. Here we go. Oh, that smells good.
Smells like Scotch.
That smells like a Scotch.
I'm gonna do a smell.
I'm gonna do a smell comparison.
Nope. Smells like beef bouillon's in that bad boy.
That does not smell good.
It is. It's like beef bouillon and rubbing alcohol is kind of the
kind of
smell I'm getting on that one. So.
I'd be willing to bet it's the way that they roasted malts. So
yeah.
All right.
So one probably used an old sock to filter, and then the other one has an actual distillery or something. I don't know. So.
They didn't even go for like the coffee filters, just like a.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, so you want to do a topic?
Sure. Why not? Let me get the timer pulled up here. Let's see what the first topic that we were sent this week.
Well, I mean,
Rittenhouse.
It's
all right.
It's all over the place. I mean,
timer started. You want to start it?
So I'll start it. So Kyle Rittenhouse, for those of you who don't remember, was the kid in.
Stop. Stop. We didn't get our clunkage and our clinkage.
There's clinkage.
I'm sorry. So.
All right.
Let's take a sip of this bad boy. This is the Clan McGregor.
Dude, it stinks.
Okay.
It's not McCormick's.
It's not McCormick's.
It is not McCormick's, but it's...
Your timer started, buddy. You can go ahead and kick that back off again.
So Kyle Rittenhouse, as I was talking about, he's the young man who was in during the Jacob Blake riots and protests, however you want to call those.
No, remember we discussed last week you can't call them looters, rioters, and stuff like that.
You sure? I think the judge said it could.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that's exactly what they were doing.
So it's kind of what they're doing. It's the job description. Anyway, so Conrad, he ended up using what he's claiming self-defense. Madman's dying. The prosecution is saying that it was it was murder,
just like a Thailand hooker. It got me in the back of the throat. I got yellow carded.
Yeah. You don't want to get lost in Bangkok.
No.
So anyways, so it's just been getting more interesting the way this goes. This is obviously, in my opinion, the worst prosecutor I've ever seen in my life in a trial.
It's almost like he is intentionally trying to
It's like he watched the OJ trial and said, "Hold my beer." I can mess this up even better. Or in this case, Scotch. But yeah, so it's
one of the things that
land of beers is Wisconsin, so it probably was beer.
One of the things that just made me absolutely start chuckling, like I'm sitting there, and as soon as I hear it, I start laughing. Is that whenever they asked one of the witnesses why that's not what he had said, and he said, "Well, you asked me to change my story." He said that on the stand that they asked him. The prosecution asked him to change his story. So now that he's sworn in and he told the truth, they're asking him, he's telling them that they want him to lie on the stand. There's a term for that. And it is a felony.
It's perjury. So pretty much every prosecution witness that they've brought out that was supposed to be their linchpin as far as the prosecution go has turned out to be the greatest witness for the defense could ever have. I mean, if you're the defense attorney at Rittenhouse, you're like, wow, this is so easy.
And don't forget, did you come at Mr. Rittenhouse with a gun in your hand?
Well, I mean, I had it. I had a gun, but no.
Did you ever point the gun at Mr. Rittenhouse?
Well, I mean.
Hey, freeze frame right here. Is that you pointing your gun at Mr. Rittenhouse?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And literally, the prosecution just pushed the papers away and walked off.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh my!
It was classic. I mean, like I said, the prosecution's witnesses are their worst downfall. And then there was one piece in there where the prosecutor actually alluded to the jury that Rittenhouse was showed some guilt by using his constitutional right of remaining silent in the beginning.
Oh, you
of
mean
all
that
this
like
process.
that part where it says you have the right to remain silent, and
yes.
anything that you say can and will.
So
be
he
used
tried to
against you?
he tried to sway the jury that if you remain silent, that means you're kind of guilty, and then the judge didn't blow up, but was very unhappy with this whole
but he
thing.
blew up later.
Yeah, he did blow up.
Whenever the prosecution tried to make an example by using a previous case and did not get it.
Oh, dude, it stinks. It's not good.
Yeah, that's a nice little face you made.
I don't know what's worse. I mean, I think the smell is the worst part.
The smell's worse than the taste.
But
anyway, so because you can't use an example of a previous case without getting it approved by the judge in his court.
Well, this prosecutor, he kind of thought it was different, and the judge opened the door for him.
Well, you opened the door for that.
Yeah, the judge, he wasn't having it.
He did not open that door.
He made the jury leave, and he just chewed this dude out, man. And he's like, come on, man. And now it could lead to a mistrial with prejudice.
And now, since there's a team of lawyers that, since it looks like this might go to mistrial, guess what they're trying to go for? He was out past curfew.
Oh, well, that's already that charge was thrown out. But here's the great thing about
that's where that was leading, and then that charge got thrown out.
Here's the great thing about mistrials in the state of Wisconsin, from what I was reading, is if it's a mistrial, that's basically a not guilty.
Yes,
you cannot be retried on those charges.
Which that's different, like here in the state of Texas.
Yeah. So
mistrial in the state of Texas.
So they basically would have to come up with new charges, and so they automatically are kind of out the window because they threw everything at this kid, and it's bad. It's just bad.
It's bad, and as soon as it goes to timer just went off. All right, so morals. What you think of that Clan McGregor there?
That's the exit stage left.
She didn't even say anything. She just, I'm going to take this.
Just slide that across the table. I mean, the taste isn't the worst, but the
smell is horrible.
I'm telling you, it smells like when you first open a thing of beef bouillon or chicken bouillon cubes themselves, before you go put it into a stock or anything like that. It just smells like that can does.
It reminded me of whenever, because I grew up out in the country. Whenever you had a tractor that you didn't know had like a leak on their diesel seal, that first smell whenever it first cracks open, where that it's almost like that turpentine just.
Well, it kind of tastes like kerosene.
Yeah, I've had some kerosene lanterns, and I'm pretty sure I could use that.
But the stink is weird. It's just weird.
It is.
Maybe.
And most of the time, if you smell an orange and then you eat an orange, it tastes like an orange. If you smell an apple, then you eat an apple.
This would absolutely, if you were doing a blindfold taste test on this one, you'd be thrown way off on what it even was.
If you
but it's not the worst flavor.
If you pinched your nose and then you drank that, you would not think
the smell makes it hard to take.
Yeah,
hate to say, guys, but the smell
that's pretty rough.
It's getting me on that one. All right, so you want to take another topic or?
Yeah, let's take another topic. But first, let's salute the 246 year birthday of our United States Marine Corps with our Get the Chicken USMCH glasses that you can order online. Just go to getthechicken.com and simplify. Let's take a sip of this. Oh, that's good.
Very woody.
It's smoky. Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah,
I would.
Doesn't burn at all.
No, I would take this in one of your cigars there, Rooster. Go out on the front porch.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to do right there.
You know what? We should because we're not going to go through all that tonight.
No, we might have to do it.
We should keep this and do that.
Yeah,
and then we should send this to the dungeon. You know why?
Yeah, that's going to the next meeting with the
yeah. Do you know why? Because this will leave you
Overlord.
Prickly on the insides.
Yeah, I mean the smell. Oh man, I thought Steel Reserve stunk, but the difference is this is not stinking up the room. It's just you can't get it close to your face, and then the smell's just
the Steel Reserve just literally stunk up the entire room.
Stings the nostrils.
Pretty sure that is pure gasoline.
Yeah, so
smells like Big Cluck.
So let's get to the next one.
All right,
so
what's the next one? Oh,
yeah,
Biden.
Well, you know what? We just talked about the Marine Corps' birthday.
Yeah,
we
did.
It is Veterans Day.
It is Veterans Day. Also Armistice Day.
Yeah, so what better way...
I'm starting the timer.
...to start Veterans Day off with, we're just going to let the President of the United States, with his speech at Arlington Cemetery.
You know, I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time pitcher in the Negro Leagues, went on to become a great pitcher in the pros, into the Major League Baseball after Jackie Robinson. His name was Satchel Paige.
So, happy Veterans Day? Not really.
I don't know where that. I don't know where that was going.
I don't know how all that.
I don't know why.
How did all that tie into? Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
He got lost. That's what's happened.
I'm just as confused as he was. I think at this point,
and you know, and the thing
that was weird.
Now dealing with the First Amendment and the right to free speech, if you're going to use that word and you're going to use it in terms of something historical, that is different. Which is what he used it in terms of the baseball league, because that is what it was called.
But he didn't start with.
But he didn't start with that.
He used it as a individual reference, not the league.
Exactly.
The player, the great Satchel Paige.
But he.
And you know what? Here's what's really sad is not sad that they passed a law, but maybe he forgot when he was vice president, the president of the United States signed into law saying a federal employee cannot use that word.
That they must use African American.
Yeah. So
that is really good.
Yeah, he just forgot, just like he forgot he was doing a Veterans Day speech and forgot where he was and
forgot that somehow that age joke.
I don't know what was going on. I mean, we went from Veterans Day to Happy Birthday to inappropriate conversation.
And
so Happy Veterans Day.
And it's one of those things where that you can see him up on the stage and he just looks lost.
It was painful. It was painful to watch. I can imagine there's some speechwriter that was behind that stage who just threw their hands up in the air in their notes and they're like, you know what? Cluck this.
Cluck this.
I don't even want to try.
I'm going to Texas. I'm gonna sit there with the Rooster and the Madman.
At least they like freedom.
At least.
Well, come on, man. The last thing anybody wants to hear, especially on Veterans Day, is veterans don't want to sit around and hear some guy give us some kind of. I mean, I was expecting some type of socialist speech, which was just going to irritate me. So, instead, it would. You know what, Biden? You surprised me, sir.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting a socialist speech. I
wasn't expecting that either.
I was expecting more of a, I don't know, like every other president, how they've always talked, about the symbolism and why it was important of Veterans Day, Armistice Day, being the end of the Great War, the war to end all wars, World War I, which we know that didn't happen. But at the time, that had never something that grand had never happened before, and it was just brutal, and it was nasty, and it was ugly, and that was the whole reason that they had that motto, "Unless we forget." And I was expecting how all the other presidents, they brought in some of the aspects of Armistice Day with World War I. Then they thanked that all of our veterans from every conflict that we fought in, and they thanked all of our veterans whether it was during time of war or not, because it was it's a thing where that you are sacrificing something that's greater than yourself, or sacrificing yourself for something that's greater than yourself. And whenever you sign those papers, it's a blank check, including up into your life. I was expecting something like that, because that's what every president.
Well, yeah, I was kind of even expecting, something in there with the common thing is all the people who get confused on what Memorial Day is versus Veterans Day.
Yes.
Memorial Day being about the people who have passed, and then you got Veterans Day for everybody else.
Yeah, and then Armed Forces Day for people that are actually in.
But I wasn't expecting to go off the rails like it did.
Talking about baseball and Satchel Paige.
Yeah, man.
But one thing that did make me really happy this Veterans Day, did you see that the Brigadier General from the Tuskegee Airmen was here in Dallas.
Didn't see that.
Yep, came in, gave a speech. I mean, it was just really, really cool. Sorry, Bucky was just started barking and distracted me there for a second. So, but anyway, I definitely was not expecting that type of speech.
No.
Kind of makes me wonder what Kamala Harris thought about all that. No. Oh, timer just went off.
Okay. I can tell you what she thought is that she can be found for comments. That's a great segue into the big FUs. You want to do that, or you want to do the
No, you know what? Let's do the side by side here. Let's do the solid. So, all right. So I'm going to do this Clan McGregor.
McGregor first.
I'm doing the Clan McGregor.
Okay. Dude, it stinks.
Oh my God, it just is horrible.
Again, the taste is very different than the smell.
Yeah, it's the smell that gets me. Nope, but on the side by side, it's the taste too.
Yeah. Again, it's not the worst tasting one, but it's not that bad. And I'm gonna go back.
Okay, going back.
Nope, can't go back.
No,
can't go back. You can go forward, you can't go back.
No,
nope.
Don't put this puppy in reverse. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I had to get the here, water.
I'll just have more Johnnie Walker. It's fine.
I had some more of the Johnnie Walker too, but
okay, just a little bit of water.
Yeah. That's.
Where's Bucky? You might need to get this taste out of here.
Oh my God! There's very few things that can just make Copenhagen taste awful, and that's one of them. Oh man. Okay, so is it fair to say that? Is it fair to say that we can call it? Is this?
I think we're fair to call it Johnnie Walker. We didn't have to do the big FUs. No. We're already calling Johnnie Walker.
Yeah.
This one, so.
But let's get into these big FUs.
The big FUs.
FUs. The follow-ups.
Oh, that's what it stands for.
Sometimes. So timer started. All right. So you know what? I'm gonna start this one up. All right. Guess how long it has been since our vice president has done a one-on-one interview?
Oh, it's got to be like a week or something, right?
Close, but you're actually not too far off. It's 156 days.
Samsonite.
He must work out. Yeah. So now, to kind of like follow up from a previous episode, guess when the last interview she had one-on-one was?
Is it going to be that I've never been to Europe?
Congratulations.
God, what a train wreck.
You are correct.
It was Lester Holt with CNN. I've never been to Spain or something.
It was the episode.
We mocked it with the
I've never been to Oklahoma. Yeah. So the last one-on-one interview but I've been to Oklahoma. The last one-on-one interview she had was with Lester Holt. And he was bringing up like, you haven't been to the border yet. And it was still 3 weeks after that before she went to the border.
Well, she only went to the border because Trump went to the border, was going to go to the border the next day.
And she made the comment, well, I've never been to Europe either. What's the big deal? So,
gotta have the cackle.
So it's been 139 days since she went to the strongest part of the border. That's not even the issue.
Yeah. El Paso,
but now,
yeah. Didn't go to Del Rio where the problem is.
Now with that, remember how people were calling Trump racist because he said that the Wuhan virus was the China virus?
China. Came from China.
Because it came from China?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering if she's going to be called racist. Did you hear about, because since she's not at the border, she was in France.
Oh, she didn't go to Spain.
She went to France.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah. Yes, because...
Does she speak French?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
I'm sure she does when the lights go off. Because the triangle goes in the square hole.
Where does the arch go?
That's right. The square hole. So, whenever Trump said China virus, everybody was like saying how racist he is. She goes in front of all of these French scientists, Parisian scientists. She starts using a French accent, and it offends them.
Really?
Yeah. I'll pull up the audio clip.
Quickly, I want to get to the vice president abroad, Kamala Harris.
Yeah, so right there.
A moment that really was embarrassing for her. I don't know if it's embarrassing for the rest of the country, but let's take a peek at this. She seems to come forth with some sort of an accent while she's talking to French scientists at a place where they're talking science. That's like it's not a stand-up comedian zone. Let's watch.
We campaign with the plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P. The plan. We're expected to defend the plan.
What was that?
I mean, come on, man.
Come on, man. She's obviously
Kamala Pop's a bad girl.
That's not. Yeah, it's not cultural appropriation. That's she's transnational.
Transinternational. I mean, obviously, borders don't mean anything to her. So she's just part of the human race.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of wondering, because if we're playing, ball in a fair field, then technically somebody...
Well, in her defense, though, I've seen many news reporters, when they talk about South America, they turn into that whole Spanish dialect.
Yeah.
And there was some uprising today in Guatemala.
Yeah. Guatemala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fun to say, Guatemala.
It is. It makes me feel happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the approval rating on her is so low that even the I wouldn't even call them moderate, but even like the middle.
Where's in history? Worst in history.
The worst. She is the worst. The worst. She's the worst. Even like the not the far left, but the middle left. They're not even associating with her. No one knows what she's doing.
No, she doesn't know what she's doing. So she cackles well though.
So once again. Where in the world is Kamala Harris?
Well, she wasn't at that speech at Arlington, Virginia. I'm going to tell you that. Because I could have seen a shoe flying after that one. Yeah, that's... man.
Do you want to... one of the things that was the big FUs was the Iranian thing. Do you want to
the Iranian back? Yeah, so this one's a new one. It just happened today. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. The Houthis or Houthis.
Houthis.
Yeah, the Houthis in Yemen. Obviously, a lot of people don't realize Yemen has been fighting for quite a while now a proxy war between Iran and Saudi Arabia.
So just for clarification, in case people don't know, what is a proxy war?
So a proxy war is when one government and another government is basically fighting a war through other nations. Basically, they don't have to put their troops in direct conflict. They're more as military advisors, and they financially and give them weapons and things like that.
So that way, like a good example would be like during the Cold War, we were not going to go to war with Russia, but we would hire people to go to war.
Yeah, so I mean, you get it. I mean,
or Russia would hire people.
Yeah, so you see little uprisings like Nicaragua,
Yeah.
and Honduras, and things like that back in the 80s. So you got little proxy wars that kind of happen in those situations.
Which
but-
everybody knows that they're funded by the big.
Yeah, so the Houthis they're backed by the Iranians, the Islamic Revolutionary
What?
Guard. Yeah, it's crazy. They give them weapons, they give them money, they give them training.
It's a good thing they're not terrorists.
Yeah, well, they were terrorists up until
What?
a certain point. President Joe
No.
Biden, he made the brave and bold decision to remove their terrorist organization, like George W. Bush, terrorist. He removed their designation from that on November 1st.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and so what they did on November 1st to celebrate is they mass murdered a whole bunch of civilians
Oh,
with Iranian missiles.
that not
Totally
under
makes
not
sense,
under
right?
this administration.
Well, they felt like they just weren't-
because especially since Iran just got all their nuclear stuff back.
Yeah, well, another thing Iran's famous for with the United States is taking over our embassy. So guess what happened today in Yemen?
They were not chanting "Death to America" and saying how much they love us.
The Death to America, I think, part was it. But no, they overran and took our embassy and seized hostages.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So what a better way to celebrate not having that terrorist organization title than to
Commit a terrorist act.
commit terrorist acts.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
it's great.
That's
So things
that's
in the Middle East are looking great. I mean, they're the Iranians are building nuclear weapons. We were paying them not to. The rest of the world's paying them not to. They're chanting "Death to America" openly. They're now using the proxy war to.
But they're not
take
terrorists.
But no, it's proxy war. So take U.S. embassies, and we're doing nothing. So that's pretty freaking awesome. So that's a step in the right direction. Yeah.
Timer just went off.
Yeah, it's a piece of chance, right?
When all pieces failed, give violence a chance. That's a.
I don't know.
It's a line for
we're
one of
about
my.
to hit that point of peace through superior firepower.
Oh yeah.
I had that T-shirt.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Of course, I miss those. I miss the finer times of little sayings like kill a commie for mommy. The first kid on the block with a confirmed kill. But I guess I'm just from a different time.
Yeah, well,
Simpler time.
That is because of our toxic masculinity.
Yes, I haven't died from it. I don't know why it's toxic.
I'll tell you what is toxic.
Maybe I left the masculinity too long or something.
You let it ruminating.
I don't know.
It cured itself.
Yeah, I don't know. Some guy tried to tell me I had toxic masculinity, so I punched him.
Yeah. I'm trying to finish the Clan McGregor.
Yeah, man. Good luck with it. I can't even. The smell just makes my eyes water.
It's still not McCormick's.
No, it's not as bad as McCormick's, but this smells like beef bouillon.
The thing is that McCormick smelled okay. It just tasted awful.
It just tasted awful. This smells awful and just barely tastes okay. So, if Clan McGregor,
we haven't poured it back in the bottle yet. You need to seek counseling.
I just feel bad for you. I think you can do better. You know what? If you see me at Goody Goody, you need a couple bucks, man. I'll help you out.
I'll spot you a $5.
Just walk up with the Clan McGregor and say, "Hey, man, this is all I can afford." I say, "You know what?
This one's on me.
I got you.
I got you, buddy.
Brother. Don't worry about it. I got you."
That's how we look out for each other.
Yeah, that's how we look out because you shouldn't even let strangers drink this stuff.
No. I mean, literally, if there was one guy alone and it was almost last call and he was about to try to leave with something,
yeah,
I would still not.
It's not good. It's just not good, man. It's just not good. I mean, I feel bad for him.
I mean, most time, whenever you get that last call and somebody's just trying to hook up with somebody, they just get the cheapest alcohol with the highest amount of liquor.
I'm feeling a little bad about myself about the talk about the toxic masculinity. I don't want people thinking I'm a violent kind of guy or anything like that.
But I am.
So, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach out.
I am a violent guy.
Or Houthis or whatever they are, and I think I'm gonna donate them a case of Clan McGregor and see if they can't.
What we can do is that we can say that we can send them a case of this and say it's an act of kindness, so that way that we can be killing them with kindness.
I'm killing them with kindness.
See?
Yeah, I like it. I think they deserve. Clan McGregor and McCormick.
Maybe they can get a
Kentucky
Still Reserve
Deluxe, Still
chaser.
Reserve, and all those great finer
Skull.
all the finer drinks that we've not gone with here.
What was the one that just had that left us with the horrible aftertaste the next day? Was it the cheap tequila?
I was hurting after the cheap tequila. I had a headache the entire day the next day.
So it's probably
that was the worst day after.
So
I've ever
see,
had was tequila
between
night.
us sending the Irish whiskeys, the American whiskey, some of the tequila, we're just trying to expand their cultural horizons.
Yeah, I mean,
Really, we should be ambassadors at this point.
exactly. You know what, Hothies? Case of ranch water's on me, brother.
Ranch water for you. There we go.
They're getting that jalapeno flavor one we didn't do. That really chafed their anus.
If we weren't at war, we'd be at war right clicking now.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, and remember, a world full of chickens.
Be a rooster.
You're listening to Whiskey and Wine. Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner-operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. It's 100% all natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the insides.